My name is Michael McFadden and I'm the supervisor of the Herpetofauna department at Taronga Zoo in Sydney. So I oversee the maintenance of the zoo's collection of reptiles and amphibians. I've been at the zoo now for 12 years. I started there in early 2003, soon after finishing the wildlife degree and the honours on the threatened region honeyeater. And since then I've been at the zoo in the amphibian and reptile department, and my main passion and interest there is conservation programs, the conservation of Australia's amphibian and reptiles, and how the ex-situ community, for example zoos, wildlife parks and so forth, can actually contribute to the conservation and persistence of those species. There are a number of pressing conservation issues in Australian wildlife today, particularly throughout our amphibians, our mammals and so forth. The three top ones I would say would be, one would be habitat clearance. Certainly the continued clearing of habitat throughout Australia is quite high, so maintaining environmental corridors for wildlife, for example things like the region honeyeater, so replanting and also strategically preserving habitat to ensure the persistence of species that need to move and to maintain robust metapopulations, I think is quite important. One, which is, I know recently there's been a summit on, is addressing feral invasive predators, for example cats. So maintaining ways to, I guess, control cat and fox populations, I think would be an extremely important initiative in Australia and the conservation issue that needs addressing. And then thirdly, one that I work with would be disease. So that's one that I work with personally, amphibian chytrid fungus and its impact on amphibian populations. And in Australia we've lost 6 species of amphibian already. We have another 6 species at the moment that are right on the brink, and maintaining those species in ex-situ colonies and addressing pertinent research questions about how to maintain those species in the wild in the presence of the fungus are issues that need addressing and resourcing. At Taronga Zoo we're involved in a number of conservation projects for various herpetofauna species. So we have, particularly amphibians, we have our project for the southern corroboree frog, which is one that can be seen at corroboreefrog.com.au for more information. And that's one where we've got an ex-situ colony of up to about 400 species at Taronga Zoo. We've also got important partners in Melbourne Zoo and Hillsville Sanctuary and the Amphibian Research Centre. We've got a big population of southern corroboree frogs. We're doing well breeding those frogs at the moment, and we're trying a whole range of reintroduction efforts to be able to get these species back into the wild to maintain populations. We're also doing a similar thing with northern corroboree frogs, trying to improve species recovery in the wild and increase populations. We've been working with the yellow spotted bell frog, a species that's almost extinct in the wild, trying to breed them in captivity so we can eventually do reintroductions for that species. And we've worked with a number of other species too for reintroduction, conservation and research purposes, including the green and golden bell frog, the burralong frog and the alpine tree frog.